everyone, and welcome back to Sight Unseen, or welcome to Sight Unseen. My name is Zoe, and I'm a visually impaired youth and community who made this channel to educate others who may be struggling with a visual disability, or for anybody who's maybe not struggling with a visual disability, to just keep pushing forward and to be able to educate the community on what it's really like. So if you didn't know, or you're new, I have bilateral optic nerve hypoplasia, which is basically a condition in which my optic nerves, which are the nerves that transmit light from your brain to your eyes, and they allow you to see, mine are underdeveloped and much too small to be able to let in that amount of light. So I'm totally blind in my left eye, and I have about 20/80 central vision, but then I'm also missing my peripheral vision and up and down vision in my right eye. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, I wanted to make a video about my chronic illness story. So bilateral optic nerve hypoplasia is not my chronic illness. My chronic illness is Lyme disease. If you are unfamiliar with Lyme disease, I will put a definition down below, and I will also include the name of the bacteria here, like in the video. I just can't pronounce it. But just to give you guys a little bit of background, Lyme disease is basically a bacteria transmitted by a tick. When a tick bites you, bacteria from them goes to you, and it kind of infects your bloodstream and causes symptoms such as a bullseye rash. It causes tiredness, mood swings, brain fog, unexplained stomach pain, hair loss. It causes a variety of very just, I would say, obscure symptoms that kind of can be confused as a lot of other things. Some people just don't understand that Lyme disease is actually called the great imitator because it imitates so many other diseases, and it's really hard to diagnose because it's so similar to all these other conditions. People think that Lyme disease is, just, oh, you should get a blood test and, it's solved. But unfortunately, that's not actually how it works, because you go to your doctor and you tell them your symptoms, and they just say, oh, you're a little sore, you're a little anxious, that kind of stuff. And I am in no way saying that all doctors do that, because that's not true. I know there are some great doctors out there, and I'm not saying that all doctors are like that, but I know that for a lot of people, it is similar to that when their doctor says, oh, it could just be anxiety, or it could just be, a little bit of stiffness. And so getting the Lyme disease test isn't hard, but getting the referral to get the test is hard. So let me go into my chronic illness story when I first found out I had Lyme disease. So I should preface by saying that this is not everybody's experience. This is just my experience. Some people have great doctors, some people have okay doctors. It's just my personal experience, what symptoms I personally had. There are a lot of people who have a lot of different symptoms. It really just depends on who you are. So please just respect that this is just my story. I don't know about anybody else. They might have different symptoms, different treatments, whatever. But this is how it worked out for me. So I first, contracted Lyme disease when I went to a camp in Tennessee. It was a 3-week camp, and we were showering. And my cousin Sophie had said to me when I got out of the shower, hey, Zoe, what's that on your neck? It was like right here. And I, as you know, have poor vision. I definitely can't see like right here. I cannot. So I said, what are you talking about? And she goes, oh, it looks like there's a little bug on your neck. And I said, oh, can you grab it for me? And she said, yeah, sure. She pulled it off, and we didn't think anything of it. We thought, oh, maybe it's just like an ant or something, right? So pulled it off, didn't think a lot of it. Then, I guess probably a few weeks after camp ended, I started experiencing symptoms like fatigue, brain fog. I couldn't really think straight. I would wake up with these terrible headaches. My joints were really stiff. I couldn't concentrate at all. I was having a lot of trouble in school, and I was having a lot of mood swings and stuff like that. And that's when my mom thought maybe she has Lyme disease. And in case you didn't know, my mom's a nurse, and she's super intuitive about this kind of stuff. So she requested that we get a Lyme disease blood test, and sure enough, it came back positive for Lyme. They put me on a 6-week treatment. I can't remember exactly what they put me on. It was either doxycycline or amoxicillin. And after that 6-week treatment, they said, okay, well, you know, your symptoms will probably come and go here and there because Lyme disease is not curable. But they said your symptoms will probably come and go, but, you know, you should be feeling a lot better. And I thought, okay, great. And I was feeling so much better. And I was living life and I felt great. And then probably about a year ago, you know, in April, March, I started to feel kind of bad again. And I thought, that's weird. You know, I got diagnosed with Lyme disease when I was 11. I have had symptoms, you know, here and there, and I've had a little bit of muscle pain, a little bit of this, but if I did stretching and stuff, it went away. And, you know, I'd wake up with the occasional headache, and I thought it was no big deal. Well, then I started getting, you know, very painful back pain. It just felt so stiff and rigid, and no matter how much stretching, massaging, heat ice, painkillers, no matter what I took, it just didn't seem to do much. And then came the realization that I had a really fast heart rate, which was weird to me because I exercised a lot. Now I have an Apple Watch. I'm not wearing it right now, but I'll show you. It's right here. But I usually take my heart rate on this. And I was exercising a lot at the time. I had done track. I was, you know, about to start summer swim, and then little did I know I would do swim this year as well. And so I exercised frequently. My eating habits aren't the best, but they're not terrible. And so I was really wondering what was going on. And then after the back pain and the fast heart rate, it started to be that I was so tired. No matter how much I slept, no matter, you know, how good I ate, I was always so tired. And I thought I would fall asleep every time we'd have mass at my school. I'd fall asleep. You know, in class, I would fall asleep 2, 3, 4 times. And I just thought, this is crazy. And so after the, you know, sleep started to go, I still get this nerve pain sometimes at night in my feet and legs. And it's just super painful. And then came the unexplained stomach pain. And it was really odd. It just would come about all of a sudden and you'd feel awful and you'd have to sit with a heating pad. And then came the pain in my lower abdomen towards my ovaries and the irregular cycle. And I thought, well, this is so weird. And the most recent symptom of it is I've had a lot of like brain clouding. Like I'll start a sentence and then I'll go, and I can't remember what I was saying. Or I'll go to write something down and halfway through the sentence, I can't remember what I was thinking about or writing about. And I've been to a million doctors this past year that it's come about again. And I've been to my regular doctors. I've been to physical therapists. I've been to orthopedic surgeons. I've been to just a variety of different doctors. I've had a good amount of blood tests, blood drawn. I've had my thyroid tested. I've had my blood sugar tested for diabetes, hypoglycemia, anemia. I've had all my glands tested, like my pituitary gland for testosterone levels, my cortisol levels, my adrenal gland tested, just everything. I've had every possible thing. I've had ultrasounds of my abdomen and there seems to be nothing wrong. I just don't know what it is. And all this time doctors just say, oh, she's a little stiff. Oh, her posture's a little bad. And, I've always had kind of crappy posture. I know that. But this seemed like it was just, there was no way that my posture was causing this much pain. My posture looks like this. It's not like that or something. Then I would think to myself, okay, yeah, that might be causing the pain. But I have extreme pain, extreme. Tylenol, Aleve, Advil, ibuprofen, none of those things even touch it. And, all this time, my doctors have said, oh, she's just a little stiff. Which can be so frustrating to hear when you know that it's just more than stiff. So, basically, like I said, I've been seeing a million doctors forever, and I just have these random onset symptoms, and they just don't know, because they're so random. And they're like, well, none of these really correlate at all. Like, we don't even know. And so then I was doing a little bit of research, and that is what led me to find out about post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome, PTLDS. And basically it's where even though you were treated, there might still be some remaining bacteria in your blood, and that's causing a lot of symptoms and stuff like that. And so we do not know if I have it yet, but I'm getting an MRI sometime next week, and I'm also going to see the neurologist on May 7th. So on May 7th, I will know whether or not that's my true diagnosis and what my course of treatment will be. I'm nervous, but I'm also really hoping that this is it, because it would give me some sense of peace. I've been struggling with so many symptoms and pain this past year that it would really give me a sense of peace if I just knew maybe what was going on. I think I'd be a lot more at peace with it. So in a way, I'm hoping that that is what it is, because it would give me just a sense of peace and a sense of relaxation. But on the other hand, it is hard because chronic Lyme is known as an autoimmune disease, and therefore you will, it is chronic, lifelong, and you will need treatment, in various parts of your life for basically the rest of your life. So it is really frustrating to know that that could be the thing that's wrong with me, but it's also one of the most relieving things, because it shows me that I am not just crazy, that there could actually be something that's been causing these just very odd, obscure onset symptoms. So I will probably post a video May 7th, May 8th, letting you guys know how it went and what the neurologist said, but I'm really hoping that I can get an answer, and I really hope that anybody else out there who's struggling with stuff like that realizes, even if it's hard, even if your doctors don't believe you at first, you need to fight for your right, because sometimes doctors, they just have a hard time. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also make sure to comment and subscribe down below. I will also have my blog link down below, and if you've not checked that out, you should, because it inspired my channel. And then I will also have my social medias linked down below and also linked in the beginning of this video. So until next time, remember to laugh every day.